Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about The Lucy Show. Big fans of The Lucy Show, don't forget to browse my channel because I have more videos on classic TV shows, including over 250 on I Love Lucy and many more. So make sure to check them out and let me know that you love or want to see more of The Lucy Show by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get right to it. Now today I'll be talking about the 18th The Lucy Show episode. It's called Lucy and Viv Put in a Shower. Now the guest stars for it are Dick Martin, Don Briggs, and Stafford Rep. Stafford Rep, of course, was Chief O'Hara in the 1960s television Batman show. If you're a fan of that, I have many Batman show or Batman videos, so make sure to check those out. Now in this Lucy Show episode, Lucy simply could not afford to install an extra bathroom into her house. However, she decided that an extra shower was needed, however, to meet the needs of everyone living in her home. So her friend Harry gets out of the installation job by hiring a plumber and telling Lucy that it's going to be absolutely free for her. Lucy is persistent and meddling as she always is, and the plumber, who was played by Stafford Rep, he quits. So leaving Lucy and Viv to finish the task. And it comes to this crescendo of the scene where Lucy and Viv are inside a shower that fills up with water, almost like a pool or a swimming pool, a see-through pool that we can see. And it's a pretty funny scene, just for you to know, but actually Lucy was in grave danger at one point during the filming of this. Now this was filmed in front of an audience that was there viewing this, and there were cameras there, they were putting it on film and so forth. And she recalls how she almost drowned. Now, according to her, it was the most dangerous stunt that she ever did on television. Now, when she went down into the water, into the bottom of the shower, she couldn't get up again. And Lucy continued to highlight that she was in front of a studio audience trying to be funny, doing her lines, doing all the physical comedy that she had prepared to do. However, she thought she was gonna drown. She actually swatted a huge amount of water. Luckily, she was wearing her own hair. Now, what she means by that is that Lucy actually wore wigs throughout the course of her later portion of her career. That was actually a very common thing. Now, Vivian, who was in there in the water with her, realized that she was in trouble and pulled her up by the roots of her hair to give her a chance to catch her breath. Now, while they were filming that scene, Vivian noticed that Lucy was having some trouble, and she began doing all the dialogue herself, doing Lucy's lines as questions. So this was her theater background, her theater training, getting the best of her, actually helping her and helping the scene out, trying to cover for Lucy. The distressed look on her face was real. She was not acting at that point. Now, when they got out of the shower, Lucy went to grab for a microphone to say goodnight to the audience, and the final scene, it was actually shot after the audience left to give Lucy a chance to recover and to dry off. Now, her husband at the time was not Desi Arnaz. She divorced him and later married Gary Morton. He was actually on set, and he screamed at Lucy not to touch the microphone. Why? Because he was fearful that she would electrocute herself. Now, she was completely wet, and Lucy still believes to this very day that the audience didn't realize that there was a difference, that she actually could have lost her life doing that scene. But the audience continued to love and enjoy her and screamed with laughter. Now, how many of you knew this? Because I was completely surprised when I found out. Now, how much of you are big fans of The Lucy Show? Let me know down below. What are your thoughts about this shower scene and the chaos that ensued thereon? I want to maybe do feature episodes where I maybe dissect some of these scenes and maybe say how they were different or similar to I Love Lucy, and maybe because The Lucy Show was popular, but it was never as popular as I Love Lucy. Maybe we can dive into the reasons because of that. I have so much to say about this. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, support the channel by looking at the description. Lots of things like Patreon, different things you can do to support the channel. But if you're just here watching, I do appreciate your support. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my Diamond tier patrons, Gary N., David D, Paul T, and Ricky. If you want to be named here in the credits, make sure to look at the link in the description, and you'll be able to receive more exclusive giveaways only on Patreon. We'll see you next time.